I guarantee after watching this, you'll never place a stop loss the same way again. See this? This isn't bad luck. This is you being used as liquidity. Every single day, retail traders like us get hunted. Institutions sweep our stop losses, grab our liquidity, and then the market moves exactly where we predicted. You were right about the direction. You just got stopped out first. But here's the thing. Once you understand how liquidity actually works, you can flip the script. Instead of being the liquidity, you become the hunter. And that one shift, it changed everything for me. I'm going to show you the only liquidity trap you need to avoid, and exactly how to spot when institutions are about to make their move. Watch this video until the end, because I am going to show you exactly how to use liquidity to make profitable trades. And most importantly, this is not just some ordinary post-analysis where I, with clever words, will tell you where you could have entered and made $1 million. I will tell you what liquidity is, how to identify it, and most importantly, it will happen with real examples, with real trades. I believe that after a detailed study of this lesson, you will become a master in understanding liquidity better than 99% of other traders. I will share with you information that you have never encountered before. You probably never even knew about it. This information will truly change your life. Understanding what liquidity is, because liquidity is not just a square. Liquidity is not just retail trading. There is no such concept as the market maker manipulating your stop loss. Retail traders have a misconception that stop losses are targets. In reality, that is not the case. I will show you the truth about how it really works. So what is liquidity? Simply put, liquidity is money. How liquid something is depends on how much money is there. Thus, the definition of liquidity boils down to the ease of converting cash into an asset. The more liquidity there is, the easier it is to do this. You must understand that liquidity is present throughout the entire market. There is such a thing as market makers, and they are your non-bank entities. When you want to buy something, you will most likely buy it from a market maker. Essentially, they are your large institutions, central banks. And most importantly, they have algorithms designed for one single purpose: to collect orders. So wherever orders are located, the price will always be algorithmically drawn to them, like a magnet to metal. This is precisely the role of the market maker's work. Retail traders have a misconception that stop losses are targets. This happens because the algorithm is designed to gather as many orders as possible. So where is the largest concentration of orders in the market? They are at your typical support or resistance levels. Have you ever wondered why, when you go to a company that provides access to a market, they offer free trading courses? They usually teach technical analysis. This is done to make your actions predictable, because when you want to buy something, you will buy it from a market maker who will sell it to you. So what do these companies teach? They teach trend lines, support and resistance, double bottoms, and so on. There are many types of liquidity, but today we will talk about these three. For example, consider this pattern in technical analysis. We are taught that this is a support zone. We had one touch, a second, and we should expect a third touch with a bounce upwards. But what actually happens? Below us, buy orders have accumulated, and all the algorithm will do is strive to fill these orders. That is, to take the liquidity and move to the next imbalanced price range. And why did this happen? Because you didn't account for the higher time frame. Market movement isn't carried out by ordinary retail traders. The algorithm isn't hunting for your stop loss. You have too little money for them to use you as liquidity. It's all about you. You placed your stop loss in an unbalanced price range, because you were taught to do so by the brokers you trade with. But you can use the same technical analysis against those who invented it. You can hunt for liquidity using trend lines. Your trend line isn't support or resistance, it's liquidity. After liquidity is taken out of one price range, you will search for liquidity in the next price range. Let's move forward and see how this plays out in real markets. You'll be able to observe how to hunt for liquidity and how the price will always return to fill unbalanced price ranges. Watch this video carefully, because if you skip through it, you won't understand anything. You can see that the price is rising. For every buyer, there must be a seller. But when the price is actively rising or falling, not everyone gets enough liquidity to enter at a specific price. But at a specific moment, you see price slippage. This means there was a lack of sellers in that range. So what will the algorithm do? It will simply search for a zone with an unbalanced price range. And where will this zone be? You can take Fibonacci and draw it from this high to this low. After the price reaches these highs, that is, after the liquidity is taken out, all the algorithm will do is balance the price. On its way to balancing the price, on a lower time frame, it can create liquidity, meaning relatively equal lows or highs, support or resistance zones, and eventually, the price will come into the zone below 0.5, that is, the discount zone. Why is it called the discount zone? Because we must look at the trend. If it's an uptrend, and the price has taken out liquidity from a significant area on a lower time frame, but on a higher time frame it's still moving towards that area, then we should expect a pullback into the discount zone. On which time frame should I hunt for liquidity? This question is asked very often, and you should hunt for your liquidity on the monthly chart. If you have a question, if I trade on a minute chart, why should I look at the monthly time frame? I'll explain it all to you now. The thing is, price moves towards liquidity pools on the monthly time frame. And why does this happen? You might know that every 3 months, major companies and banks release their reports. And what are these reports? They are news about whether a company earned more or less. These are volatile news events that deliver price, via fast and sharp movements, to areas where liquidity exists. After price reaches a liquidity pool on the monthly chart, it will then tend to target liquidity on the opposite side. Let me show you an example. We have a monthly chart. Here is the new year, the first month. And as you can see, after price reached this liquidity pool and these equal lows, it started moving in the opposite direction. You can see the first month, the second month, the third month. Over these 3 months, price also took out the liquidity pool. Then a new quarter begins. And during this new quarter, the price also takes out liquidity in the form of equal highs. So why should you hunt for liquidity on the monthly chart? Because how else will you be able to understand if the price is at the highs or the lows of the monthly chart? How will you know if the price has reached a liquidity pool on the higher time frame or not? Now I will show you an example of my trade, where the liquidity pool was identified on the monthly chart, but the entry point was on the minute chart. The first thing you need to do is determine the trend on the higher time frame. On the monthly chart, we see a downward trend, and you can see on the monthly chart, on the monthly candles, that there is an unbalanced price range here. After reaching the liquidity pool in the form of equal lows or a support zone, the price started to reverse, and all it's doing now is moving to fill that unbalanced price range. We apply Fibonacci from this high to this low and see that the price is currently above the 0.5 zone. This means on the monthly chart, we should be looking for sell opportunities. After this, we switch to the weekly chart, and within this range, we need to find a specific area that interests us. At this moment, I see the price is in an order block zone. You can learn what an order block is on my channel. Next, we mark this large order block and see that the price is in the middle of it. Then we move to the daily chart, and within the middle of this order block, we see an unbalanced price range in the form of an imbalance. Furthermore, on the 4-hour time frame, we see that this imbalance is located above a certain high, which will consequently act as liquidity. After completing this analysis on the monthly, weekly, and daily charts, we understand that we should be looking for sell opportunities. We then switch to a lower time frame. On the 15-minute chart, if you had studied smart money concepts incorrectly and didn't account for the higher time frame, you might have noticed that a trend break formed here. This trend break occurred after liquidity was taken out, making it look like a potentially profitable trade. After this, we see an aggressive markup in price, and the price moves into the imbalance zone. Once the price reached the area of interest on the higher time frame, a genuine trend break formed on the 15-minute chart. Then, on the 5-minute chart, you can see the order block from which I entered my trade. Subsequently, as long as we have a trend on the 15-minute chart, we can consider sell trades since we have reached an area of interest and are seeing a price pullback. This is because all the algorithm will do is move the price towards unbalanced price ranges. Sometime later, another trade entry formed. The next day, we see the price enter the order block zone, create a trend break on the minute chart, and move the price into the imbalance zone on the 4-hour chart, as well as into the liquidity zone in the form of equal lows. Now we understand that price moves towards liquidity on the higher time frame, but we also have daily and intraday liquidity. In fact, liquidity exists on any time frame, on any chart, and behind any low or high. But which specific low or high will act as the liquidity that price will target? Liquidity can be the low or high of the previous day, previous week, previous month, previous hour, and so on. All of these are liquidity. However, trading sessions also act as liquidity. The thing is, the market is divided into several trading sessions. There is the Asian session, the London session, the New York Open, and the New York afternoon session. To find these zones, you will need to mark them up. But first, switch your time zone to New York time. Take vertical lines and mark the day's open and close. The low or high will act as the daily liquidity, and each new day's opening will attempt to break the previous high or low, depending on the trend direction. As you can see, after liquidity is taken from the low or high of a session, the price moves in the opposite direction. However, do not use session liquidity blindly. Always consider the trend.